Ryan Giggs makes Cole Palmer to Man United transfer claim. Manchester United icon Ryan Giggs has issued his verdict on the club potentially signing Chelsea superstar Cole Palmer. Giggs has his say on Palmer to United. Palmer has increasingly been linked to United over the past few weeks, amidst suggestions that he is unhappy at Chelsea. His form has declined since Enzo Maresca's departure in January, with Liam Rosenior so far proving unable to get the best out of him. However, in a recent interview, Palmer indicated that he has no desire to exit Stamford Bridge. He delivered that statement on the eve of United's 1-0 victory over the Blues. But, with Chelsea on a downward spiral, and United looking better under Michael Carrick, it's unlikely that the rumour mills will stop spinning. Where would he play with obviously Bruno Fernandes at no. 10? He could play off the right possibly. But yeah, we talk about Rasmus Højlund and Benjamin Sesko. It's only really Bruno who is creating things time and time again. What if Bruno has a bad day or he's injured? You need 3 or 4 players in your squad who can make things happen for these players to put the ball in the back of the net. Ruben Amorim's legacy. Giggs also made an eye-catching claim about Amorim's time at United. The Portuguese coach was sacked by United in January after 14 months in charge. His tenure was highlighted by inconsistent results and performances as he struggled to implement his 3-4-3 formation. Despite calls for him to adapt to the players at his disposal, Amorim stubbornly stuck to his principles. He eventually fell out with the football leadership group, marking the end of his spell in the dugout. Carrick has overseen a transformation, with United on the cusp of securing Champions-League football. Giggs praised Carrick's impact, but suggested he is also reaping the rewards of the positive foundations left by his predecessor. He told Ferdinand, "For once in a long time, you're excited about the games. I've obviously got mates who are season ticket holders, and they can't wait for the next game, and they're looking forward to it. It was unfortunate the result against Leeds losing 2-1 last Monday, but obviously we're all cheering Michael on. He's an ex-teammate, and he's a brilliant bloke, so we want him to do well." The 52-year-old continued, "There's positivity from me, because the hardest thing to do as a manager is win games, and he's winning games. It's hard at this time of the season to really stamp your own philosophy, your own principles of play." On Amorim, Giggs remarked, "I think every manager that goes into a role now is like interim, because you don't get time. I think 20 to 30 years ago you're looking at long term, you're buying players in. Young players, who are maybe not right yet, but in 2 or 3 years' time, they'll be great for the club. You can't do that anymore. Well, you can do, but you've got to work short term and long term, and I think Michael will do that. And another sign of a good manager is the team that he leaves behind." Ruben Amorim took a lot of stick for the way that he played. "I didn't enjoy watching it, but, actually, I think some of his signings have been good, and I think we're now seeing that now. Even though his legacy probably isn't great with results and performances, actually for a long time now, he's probably left the club, and the players that he got out, in a pretty good place." United are next in action on Monday, when they welcome Brentford to Old Trafford. Manchester United legend Ryan Giggs reckons Chelsea superstar Cole Palmer would be the perfect signing to help the Red Devils increase their creativity. The Red Devils have already been heavily linked over the last couple of months with a move for the England international, who moved to Stamford Bridge in September 2023 and a deal worth £42.5 million. There have been rumours that Palmer has become disillusioned with life at Chelsea, with reports claiming he would be open to a sensational transfer to Manchester United. The reports added that Palmer is missing his hometown of Wythenshawe, but there are doubts over whether manunited would be able to afford a potential transfer. When asked if Palmer would fit the bill at manunited, Giggs told Rio Ferdinand's YouTube channel, "Yeah, he would, Manchester lad. Where would he play with obviously Bruno Fernandes at no. 10, he could play off the right possibly. But yeah, we talk about Rasmus Højlund and Benjamin Sesko. It's only really Bruno who is creating things time and time again. What if Bruno has a bad day or he's injured? You need 3 or 4 players in your squad who can make things happen for these players to put the ball in the back of the net. Palmer. I've got no plans to move from Chelsea. Dismissing reports that he is unsettled, Palmer recently insisted that he has no plans to move from Chelsea in the near future. Obviously Manchester is my home, all my family are there, but I don't miss it. Maybe I'll miss it if I don't go for 3 months or something. But then when I get home I think there's nothing there for me anyway. I've got no plans to move from Chelsea. We've still got a lot to play for. We've got the FA Cup semi-final, and if we finish in a Champions League spot it puts us in a good position to sign players that we need. We spoke to the owners and they're sure of the players that are gonna do it. Reece James won't sign a 6-year contract if he's not spoken to the owners and the directors. Me and Reece spoke a lot about things we need, players we need to sign, and how things need to be. He wouldn't sign a new contract if he didn't know what was going on. Chelsea face Leeds in the FA Cup semi-finals later this month, but the 6th place Blues face the possibility of missing out on Champions League football via the league. Palmer added, "We want to win now and I think if we add right in the summer, we can compete for serious trophies next season. I don't think we're far off. If you sign the right players in the right positions and the right characters and profiles, I think we have more than enough quality to compete and be more consistent than we've shown over this season. Bringing a manager in mid-season, you have no pre-season, hardly have time to train, you're just focusing on games. But the manager is good, and when he has a proper pre-season and gets his ideas across properly and the way he wants to play, he's a top coach. If we as players perform to how we should be performing, and we get the right players we can, him and us as a group, do some work,